So, for everyone who's been reaching out, asking more tips about meditation, and you feel excited and you've kicked off, you're kind of fired up, and you're wanting to persist on this path, and you're asking if there are several signposts and many other things that you want to make sure you're on the right track and you're progressing and so on. First of all, I'm going to start by saying if you've never meditated, as many of you said, especially like there's been a couple of people that I'm really glad you are wanting to take the leap after having, well, you say mainly because of ADHD and other stuff. Excellent, proud of you guys. So, in the general guidelines, and especially for people having an unstable mind, so to speak, because of challenges like ADHD, I would say the basic rule, the number one thing that guides you, that assures you that you're on the right track, is that when you are meditating, you gradually start to realize that at the point when you're meditating, you are becoming an observer. You kind of take a back seat and you let the thoughts come, because there'll be days where I promise you it's going to be impossible to just stick to your breath or whatever it is. So you want to, there'll be, but especially those challenging days, you want to make sure that you are more of the observer, you are the back seat, rather than letting thoughts completely like overwhelm you or make you have a reaction that you generally have. That's the first step, becoming an observer. Then, there's so many steps, the Kundalini activation, you start feeling you have a lot more of an intuition, regardless of whether you're a man or a woman. You start feeling something is going to happen, positive or negative. Somebody's going to be a provider of information or motivation or some kind of step that will take you to the next step in your life, not necessarily spiritually, but whatever your endeavor is, whatever you're aspiring to improve. So all these things will happen, but the main idea, you want to make sure that you are, whilst you are, how much ever you allocate, 20, 30 minutes, whilst you are in that process, you are focused inwards and you are letting your breath guide you. As Deepak Chopra says, the greatest, actually, this comes from the Vedas, the greatest teacher is your own breath.